Hey, how are you? Steve Greenhalgh, stuckinatruck.com. Today I'm going to be talking about being lulled into a false sense of security because you're in a really good job. And I've been there 2 or 3 times, and in fact I thought I'd found the perfect life hack by working overseas as an expatriate, and then I did some fly in fly out work as well, and a lot of contracting. And I was talking to a friend of mine in Australia, and she was talking about DragLine operators being the top of the heap and they really earn huge bucks. And I just want to put that into perspective against owning your own business, but doing it in a way that is stuck in a truck way, business without bullshit. My name's Steve. We produce new content every Wednesday. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. It'll be just in the box down there. Give us a like. If you've got anything to say, add a comment. Always good to hear from you. So, here comes the video. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who does an awful lot of corporate training in the Australian mines, and we were talking about income levels, because obviously I still run a bit of a transport business and drive 2 or 3 days a week. And she was saying, you know, can you make good money in transport, but more importantly, what happens if you don't go to work? And I said, well, that's simple. If I don't go to work, I don't get paid. And she said, whoa, so it's not as secure as we'd all like to think it is then. And I said, well, not really. It's great as long as you're there doing it, but as soon as you get sick, income stops. Now, I've had 2 experiences of that. First time I was actually in an employed position, and I ripped my shoulder near side, tore the rotator cuffs front and rear, and was off work for initially 5 months to have surgery. Went back to work, started again, and in those 5 months I was on company sick pay, but I lost all my overtime, which was guaranteed overtime. So straight away, as soon as I went on sick, I lost 1/3 of my income. Then I went back to work, and within a month I'd had a reoccurrence, and I damaged the joint again really badly, and I was then kept off work by my employer for nearly 19 months. Now, company sick pay lasted 12 months, but I'd already had 4, so 8 months, and I was on SSP, statutory sick pay. So I went from like 3 grand a month down to, I don't know, 95, £100 a week, and that was scary. I didn't have a great deal put by, because I think there's a Sods Law says that your outgoings grow in direct proportion to your income. And I think whatever level of income you have, you expand your outgoing to meet that level of income. And however hard you try and save, however hard you try and put something by, there's just, oh, I'll do it next month. I've just got to pay for this. I've just got to pay for that. Oh, want to go on holiday. Oh, the kids need shoes. All legitimate reasons to consume income. But when you're trying to put money to one side and you're trying to prepare for retirement and create a residual ongoing income, it's really challenging. Now, back in my 20s, I'd seen my father, he worked for ICI. His last job within that ICI framework was as an expat in Kenya. And he earned 10 times what he earned in the UK when he was overseas. And that 10x was going to be his final salary pension. That's what his pension was going to be based on, that 10x salary. And he really did exceptionally well, and he was able to retire at 55. Sadly, his health didn't hold out, and he didn't last I think 10 years. He was really ill, really fast, burnt out, went. And that gave me this thought, look, I don't want to get to 60 and still have to work. I don't want to get to 60 and be in a situation that if I stop work, I've got nothing. And I don't want to get to 60 and not be able to enjoy life. And I wanted to stop early. So I was always looking for the high income. I was always looking for a way of maximizing my earning ability. Like the dragline operators, like the guys who fly in, fly out, the haul truck drivers, they're doing 12-hour shifts. They're away from home, and let's not start on that can of worms. When I was shop fitting, I was earning huge income, but our marriage fell apart. We've been able to save it, but there's a saying in shop fitting, and I don't know if you FIFO guys have the same sort of expression. There's always somebody at home that will cut your grass, and if they're not cutting your grass, they're sniffing around the lawn and they're trying to get the motor going. You know what I'm talking about. And I had to stop contracting to stay at home and put my marriage right and deal with, let's call him the gardener, deal with him and put my marriage right and rescue my wife and put that relationship right. But staying at home, my income was cut dramatically. When we worked in New Guinea, we went abroad on a 2-year fixed term, and when we came back, we'd saved more than enough for a deposit. We got over 60% of the house paid for. But unfortunately, with the financial crisis that happened in the early 80s, when the interest rates went through the roof, house was repossessed, because at that time I had to stop contracting. So all that work, all that life hack, I didn't have a residual income. So there was nothing ongoing. Yeah, I did the work, yeah, I got paid, but I needed like a royalty income that would carry on paying me for the work I did in 1984 or 1990 or whenever, and I just couldn't find it in the workplace. So I started looking for business opportunities, and Stuck in a Truck, and one of its main pillars, Business Without Bullshit, is about helping guys who, like me, hardworking, determined, they don't want anything more out of life that they're not entitled to. They just want to be able to provide for their family and not kill themselves in the process. So if that sounds like you, if you're looking for somebody who's been where you're at, and I'm not saying I've got all the answers, but there are certain things in and around business that if you implement, you will create that residual ongoing income. So I hope this has been a little bit of interest. If you subscribe to the channel, go and look at the other Business Without Bullshit videos and look at the mindset videos, because above all else, if you want to succeed in business and if you want to create a residual income, you're going to need a really strong mindset. It's not easy, but it is achievable. I promise you, it is achievable. My name's Steve, stuckinatruck.com. Subscribe here, go and check out the website, maybe join the Facebook group. I look forward to meeting you soon. You take care.